So let's talk about side hustles that are great for ESL teachers. I've been an ESL teacher for a while now, and I decided to look for things that I could do online, and it opened up like a whole new world for me. I have been doing YouTube videos before. I knew about the digital space, but now I decided that I really wanted to do something to invest in like a workplace where I could actually make money online. I started to look and found different options, and these options I'm going to be sharing with you today. So stick around until the end, because not only will I share the options, I'm also going to be sharing where you can find them and even how to find the best options for you. So the first option I'm going to talk about is something I'm doing right now, which is virtual assistant. And I think many people have heard of it before, but it is such a wide space for you to go into and really do great work. And as long as you have the basic skills such as IT, communication, attention to detail, different things like that, you would be great in this area. And you can actually start as a beginner, not having experience before, just showing that you're able to do the work, and maybe do some training while you started, because some companies actually help you with that. I started doing virtual assistant maybe 2 to 3 years ago, and I applied for an agency. Well, I actually applied for different places, and I finally got into this agency that will contract us to different businesses, usually small or starting businesses, in order for us to assist them. So some of the basic things I'll do will involve email management, communicating with customers. I've actually been working a lot in the digital marketing space. So I've actually been doing content creation and content scheduling. And that leads me into the second option I'm going to talk about, which is being a social media manager. Now, since I started doing so many things in marketing, I realized I really like the area of managing, social media and different accounts and the whole works. And I realized it's another area that you can start in, and you can do it as a beginner and grow in it, because the thing is that most of us already know social media. It's just that now you have to come over into the business side of it, like how to actually do things so that the company you're managing can actually reach their goals, which is usually to make more sales or to increase awareness, whatever it is. Now, I do want to mention that with social media, it is so vast, and there are many platforms and areas you can do. So you have to be really careful that you are specific in the tasks that you do and how you manage the accounts for your clients, so that you're not going too much into different things and you're actually being paid a fair price. So under this area, the different things that you can do, well, basically you could schedule posts, do basic content creation for the platforms. You can create the captions for the post, as well as do some SEO copywriting, so that, especially most platforms have a search engine, so they help when you're using the right keywords. Of course, they help for the right customers to find what you're creating based on what the business is. You can also extend this into advertising, influencer marketing, and content creation. That when I say content creation, I mean content creation outside of the media platform. So maybe creating videos or articles. But some people actually do this as a social media manager, and you have to be careful, because this is more than the basic thing. So if you're doing it, it's fine, but just ensure that you're being paid for that as well. The next area is graphic designing, and I like this area a lot. I have a friend who's a professional graphic designer, so I have to be careful with what I'm saying here. But you can start as a beginner with maybe accounts like Canva or different accounts where you're just creating basic stuff. And if you get the Canva Pro account, you have many more options as to what you can do. Now, you're not really designing the stuff. You've actually been given the work already, and you're just maybe copying and pasting and being creative in what you do. But this is something you can do for basic posts. You can do it easily for Instagram, Pinterest, any platform really. And you can grow in it, right? So you're seeing a theme here where many of these things you can start as a beginner and grow to become more of a professional, especially if you realize you like it a lot. and then be able to extend the different things or the different tasks that you do for your client, right? So it's the same with graphic designing. And yeah, if you have a visual brain, really creative, really able to visualize what your client wants, then this would be a great area for you. Next one, number 4, would be being a video editor. So video editing, really in the basic sense, it's like creating a puzzle, right? You are taking out the good stuff out of a video and then putting them back together in a way that makes sense. Now, of course, there are many things you can do on top of that, such as maybe the graphics, different things that a professional would know, but this is something you can do for maybe YouTube videos or short form videos. Reels are, really popular right now, or even just really short form videos overall on different platforms. You can create videos for that, and it is basic video editing. So this is something you can give or you can provide as a freelancer for your clients. The next one, it would be being a copywriter. Now, if you're great with words and you are able to put together articles or words in a way that draws the attention of people, this would be great. And many companies would love that because they want to be seen and they want to speak to their audience in the right way, in a way that would draw them to the company or the organization. So if this is something you like, along with grammar and SEO copywriting, which is something I'm going to be talking about more, then you can actually go into this area, because many platforms nowadays, they're about search, along with talking to people, but about search, so that you have the right keywords that people are searching for or people are interested in, so it can be placed right in front of them. So another thing that you can do which involves words would be proofreading. You are basically rereading documents or different content that people have already written, but they just want to ensure that it is correct, it is right, and it is good for whatever they're doing. And this can be beyond social media. This can be even for educational purposes, so maybe a thesis. And the great thing is that if you've been trained in a particular area, you can help someone who is writing an article or a document for the right field. So you'll be very useful, along with being able to pay great attention to detail and grammar. And if you are a native, of course, whatever native language you speak, you'll be helpful for the person if they are writing in a second language as well. So as an English speaker, you can help other people who really just want to be able to ensure that their document is right, or if you are a Spanish speaker, whatever, you are helping the person. Number 7, this is an older area, I believe, but still is important, especially with video being so big on platforms nowadays, and it is transcription. Well, actually, proofreading is older too, but it is something that has grown in its importance, right? And the thing with transcription, you are maybe writing what the person is saying, but many platforms nowadays, they actually have an automatic way of putting the words that the people have said on the platform. Sorry if I'm not using the technical language here, but you get what I'm saying. And what you can do is actually proofread the transcription that's there already and just correct it, add the punctuation marks, different things like that. So it makes it easier for you to do, but of course the platforms will get it wrong nowadays. Sometimes even when I'm editing my captions, right, for YouTube or the subtitles, I'll see them put a different word than what I'm saying. I don't know if it's because of my accent, but other people will definitely need your help in this area. And if you are able to help them in another language, that's great too, because maybe someone, for instance, who speaks Spanish natively would want to listen to my video in English, but they just want to have an aid in order to guide them in what I'm saying. So maybe I would hire someone who speaks Spanish to help me with that transcription. And that leads me into the other area, which is really big right now, which is translation. We are in such a global world right now, and it's growing, and many people want to be able to understand each other. And even if they know the language that they want to be translated, they may want help from someone who's maybe a native or someone who's a professional in the field, just to feel more comfortable, you know. I actually have a friend, or my past roommate. She is working in a translation company right now, and she studied Spanish, so she's a native English speaker, and she studied Spanish. She's really good at it, but now she's able to offer her skills to a company. And even before that, she offered translation pro bono, so she was growing in that area. So if you studied a different language, if you are a linguist, this is an area where you can help with. Or if you're bilingual, you can help with translation. And even now at my church, it's bilingual, so they'll speak in both English and Spanish, and there are people there who actually are in the translation team to help with this. So it's something you can go into, and if you know different languages, you can do this, and you can do it online as well. So the areas that I spoke about mostly were face-to-face, but you can do this online. So now I've given you different options. Where do you look for them, and where do you find them? There are many places. You can go on freelance platforms. Common ones would be Upwork and Fiverr. Although with Fiverr, I've had some interesting experiences on Fiverr, and I don't know, I shy away from platforms that try to give services that are mostly cheap, because then you are competing, you know, on an area where you have to have the lowest price, even if you have great skills. So many people have been successful on Fiverr, so it's not impossible, but watch out. Freelance marketing websites, you can go for direct hire, you can go on LinkedIn, you can go on Indeed, Craigslist, but be careful. So you can go into these different places, look for jobs that are available. You can also network with your friends or people you know. So let people know that this is an area that you want to do. Maybe they know of a connection where you can go and apply, or they have their own company. Just let people be aware. So I would suggest that on your social, start talking about what you're doing. Start putting up maybe on your profile that you offer these services, so people know, and they know where to look. They know where to look to, right? They know to look for you. Another thing that's really great would be Facebook groups. So you can go on specific Facebook groups for the service that you want to offer. So maybe you have a networking platform for maybe social media managers, but I also suggest that you go into maybe business related groups, because these people may be looking for freelancers such as yourself. So you want to keep it in both, because if you're only in the networks for the specific services, like people such as yourself, they're competing with you, right? So if there's a job offer, you have many people applying for the same, but in a business group, you have the competition lessened. But you want to keep them both. Now, how do you choose which one? Because there are many, and also many of these things, the tasks actually flow into each other. A lot of them, even with social media managing, like I've created content on Canva. I've done email marketing, which is different from social media management, but it was related to the task. So many of these things can flow and ebb and such as that, but you can be specific, and I really suggest you do be specific about the task that you offer to people. But you need to know what you like. You can do research to see which of these you feel more drawn to, and also where your skills are before. Even if you are a beginner in the sense that you haven't done it before, you've probably done some of the skills before, and you can offer them in the services, right? And I do want to offer a caveat with this, right? Where as a freelancer, you really want to ensure that you are, being given fair rates. I know as a person, like from the Caribbean, that there are many people who would maybe look at my country and think that I should offer less. I don't know why, but they do. They take advantage of people from different countries, and I really want to suggest that you stay away from people who would want to undercut your value, because whatever you're doing is valuable. Think about it, like you are helping the company to be profitable, or even just to ease some of the tasks that they're doing, so they have more time to spend on other related stuff. So don't undercharge yourself and don't allow yourself to be, because you're worth so much. Go and do good with the skills that you have, and I hope that this video was useful. Watch this video if you're interested in being a social media manager. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.